Hey everyone, this is Dan Bell, and this is my director's commentary for the abandoned bowling alley video that I did this past summer. I really wanted to do a director's commentary for this video because there's such a great story about the making of this video. So let's get into it. And this is a good one, so you guys will want to stick around for this. Great story. So this video, I shot this, it was pretty early on in the channel as far as the popularity of the channel. I maybe had a few thousand subscribers at the time. And a guy contacted me and said, hey, I have two places that I could take you that are very close to each other, so you can get two videos. I'm like, well, that sounds good. So my friend Justin and I traveled up to meet this guy, and he told us about I believe it was like a prep school of some kind, and then this bowling alley. Well, we got to the prep school, and there was a guard who told us to leave. So that didn't work out. But we went to the bowling alley next, and afterwards, I should say, and we were able to get in with no problem. Now, how we got into this place, the front of the building, the shot that I did where you go in and you see the lighting fixture that's all bent up, that was in front of a window, a pretty large window. So we actually walked or jumped through that window. You were able just to kind of step up and walk into the restaurant area of the bowling alley. It was a restaurant that was connected to the bowling alley. So when we walked in, the shot that you just saw there, that was the first thing that I saw of the bowling alley. There was no. The weird thing is, and sort of the thing that made it a little nerve-wracking, was that there was no easy way to get into the bowling alley if you went in through the front. You had to hop over a hot dog counter to get in to see this. So it was there was no quick escape, which had me worried. So anyway, we go in, and the ceiling fans are going, and there's black lights on, and the whole place is glowing. Like, it was so creepy. I mean, I it was my initial reaction was that we shouldn't have been there. I was like, we should not be in here. Like, this is not good. It just, the place, it was trashed. I can't even tell you how trashed it was. I mean, it was just a complete and utter disaster. So anyway, I start filming, and the guy that we went with, or that took us here, and his girlfriend, they weren't really doing what I was doing. They were just kind of looking around and, taking pictures and stuff. I was filming a video. So, I was very much intent on getting a video made because we had spent all this money on gas and we'd driven all this way. So I really needed to get something. I needed to go home with something to put up on the channel. So I'm filming, and they, the couple that we met, they said, well, we're going to go. We're like, cool, see you later. So Justin and I decide to stay a little bit longer so I can finish filming. And at this point, we had only been in there maybe 20 minutes, something like that. So for another 20 minutes, I film. And then all of a sudden, Justin says to me, he comes up, he's like, we really should get out of here. And I'm like, wait, I'm still taking video. Like, wait a minute. And Justin says, no, we really should leave. And I was like, he just sounded very strange. And I said, are you nervous about something, or do you have is there a real something wrong? And he's like, no, I just think we should leave. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll leave. So So we go to the back, or we had been in the rear of the bowling alley behind the lanes, and there was a couple of doors that were open. I had parked next to the building. Now, I know a lot of people jump down my throat. They're like, you can't park next to a building. You have to, you got to park 35 miles away and walk in. And it's like, I don't do that. Like, I seriously, if I go to a place, I will drive right up to the front door. Like, I don't know why. I guess I'm a lazy person that I don't feel like going through all the trouble. Like, I rather just drive up to the front door and see if the door's open. Anyway, so it's mostly to do with gear, because I carry a lot of gear. My cameras, the whole setup is very heavy. So it's like carrying gear is like, it sucks. But anyway, back to the story. So we go to the back of the bowling alley and we go out the back door. We open the door and we exit. And, we're only about maybe 75 yards from the car. And as soon as we come out of the door, up on the hill behind the bowling alley backs up to a hill that, and the hill goes up to the rear parking lot of a shopping center. And we see these two guys standing at the top of the hill, and they bark something down at us, but I'm not quite sure what it was. I think the guy was like, hey! Like, they both look like, like kind of like Skid Row, like people that would be sleeping in the woods with, booze and stuff. Like, these are what these people look like. Undesirables. So, Justin freaked out and he ran to the car. I don't run. So I was like, I looked up at them and I was like, okay. And just continued at my leisurely pace to the car. So I get to the car. Justin's already inside. It's actually really funny. Like, I'm like, well, now I know who would be helpful if something actually happened. I put my camera away in the trunk and I get into the car. And as soon as I remember when I go to the door of the car, I get ready to open it, I hear like this like creepy kind of zombie noise. And in the woods in front of us, there is a man coming out of the woods who was like covered with like boogers. Like, he was so vile looking. I mean, it was really scary. He was like the homeless guy in Mulholland Drive. Like, that's what he looked like. So I'm like, wow, I'm in the car. Let's just get out of here. So I back up and take off. I look in the rear view and this guy is running after the car, I should say, with a flip phone, and he's taking photos of the car. And I'm like, why would a homeless person, or I assume is homeless, why would they do that? So anyway, I get home and I'm confused about this whole. Justin and I talked about it on the way home, and I'm like, why would this place be sitting there with the power on it? Like, it's a fire hazard. It's all this stuff. It's crazy. I did a little research, and come to find out, without giving out too much information, this place is owned, shall I say, was owned by a company that was notorious for hiring homeless people to watch after their properties. So instead of hiring real security, they hire alcoholics and drug addicts who live in the woods to chase kids away. I mean, it's insane, but it's true. But anyway, it was just shocking. And the reason that this bowling alley is like this is because the company that owned it, they wanted to tear it down and develop a shopping center. They wanted to do a shopping center in where this bowling alley is. Well, the community didn't want it. So what did the company do? Their response was, okay, we'll just leave it there and leave the power on, and hopefully it'll burn to the ground. I mean, I'm assuming that's what they were thinking, but I mean, what other what other conclusion can you come to after seeing this place? It's crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will be back next Monday.